Today is Wednesday, April 11th, 2018. Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is our recap of Survivor Ghost Island, Week 7, Episode 8.
This episode was titled, Fear Keeps You Sharp. That was quoted by Dominic. Previously on Survivor, after a surprise switch, Dominic was free from Chris, and he was armed with a real, a fake, and an advantage. Dominic chose to break tribal lines and take out Bradley. It's day 20, and the boats are in the water. Merge time, baby.
And we never did hear anyone ask about that when they voted out. He was never brought up, Bradley.
Was not even a topic of conversation.
Yeah,
well,
I thought
at least
somebody would bring it up and say, well, and then it came back and Bradley was gone and they turned against me.
Deemed worthy of the episode. Maybe there'll be something in the extra videos. We'll see.
Okay. Merge. Yay. Here come the boats. So I guess the tribe that they ended up at Navidi Beach.
Which you thought would be the case?
Yes. Yep. And so both the boats show up and it looked like the others didn't know anything about it till they got there.
Yeah.
So cool.
Nice surprise. Well, they didn't want them sneaking off to eat the food before the other two tribes got there. Pretty sure that's what that was. Kellen tells us that now's the time to see if all the work she's done and the swap she's been through is going to pay off.
Okie dokie.
Dominic's happy to see Wendell. Chris, not so much.
Michael says it's like Christmas morning for him.
He's so hopeful he thinks he can win now. Interesting.
Okay, yeah, I don't quite
He's getting a little ahead of himself, but that's good. Think positive.
Okay.
See it and be
Here
it.
Go, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm not sure why Dominic talked about that he had been at Hotel Navidi since day one, but I think I don't know. Don't you think that would turn some people off, that you've got to be here while we've suffered and all these other places? And I don't think I'd bring that up so much.
Yeah, I'm sure the ones who came back told him about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chelsea informed him what the conditions were like on Malolo Beach.
So what did you think about him implying that, he'd like to strengthen some of his old tribe relationships? And
you could tell Dominic's had some experience making toasts. So yeah, he let's play our hearts out and salute, and yeah, we'll make bonds.
But he said it in front of everybody, which was kind of...
Yeah, it was a toast. It was
I know,
really what that was, hey, I'm Dom, look at me, I'm Dom. Yeah, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna talk fancy, and yeah, here we go.
I just love you all, and
although they hadn't popped the wine open yet, had they at that point? Maybe they had.
Nope,
well, they were toasting, so who?
Oh, well.
I didn't pay close attention.
Me either. Actually, I didn't even really look at the food that much.
You're busy taking notes.
I guess so.
I was looking to see where that advantage might be hidden.
Obviously, they ate plenty because back at camp, everybody had really full bellies, and they were all sleepy.
Yep, Chris said he ate too much, and he was feeling bad.
But
he noticed something in his buff.
Something uncomfortable.
Actually,
that's a good way to hide it, I think. But when you think he would have felt it when he first put it on or something?
Maybe.
Or even when he picked it up.
Yeah.
But
he noticed, I think. He just didn't pay it much mind because
he just had to wait for the camera.
Food.
Well, that too.
So he's much more interested in eating. After all, he is a big guy and he needs to eat.
He needs food.
Whereas some of the other ones out there, the smaller women,
the small people,
they don't actually need to eat.
They don't need food.
Yeah, he's pretty clear on his priorities. Whatever it is sticking me in my buff, that can wait till later.
I've heard him say that multiple times this season.
Okay, so it turns out he's got a clue to a hidden immunity idol, but the catch is he's got to go to Ghost Island to get it. So he has to sneak out of camp at night. What'd you think about this twist?
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And I really wish somebody had
Caught him. Yeah, that's what I kept thinking. Well, we're building this up, so someone's going to bust him.
I want to see
either going out or coming back.
Well, coming back ideally, because I wanted to see what was on Ghost Island and what was going to happen. But I also wanted to see what he was going to come up with if he got caught.
Well, thankfully he was willing to go all in, and as he said, and
that was
leave
good.
the island.
Oh man, I love that whole exchange thing. Of course, I guess we're out of context. Go ahead.
I'm not sure where you're going. Well, Wendell's not so sure about the Navidi Strong, so he's really wanting to mediate a discussion between Chris and Dom, see if they can get them on the same page, so they can at least get through one vote. And it looks like Wendell was thinking they were going to target Michael or Libby. That was the ideal scenario if he could get a sit down in place between Chris and Dom and get them to smooth things over a little bit.
But Chris is way too suave to believe what Wendell and Dom have to say. I was like, Chris,
I thought Wendell was setting
setting
the stage pretty good, but I'm sure it's hard to have a conversation with Dominic
or Chris, really.
And they're really never gonna get on the right foot there. So, yeah, Chris tells him he's not buying it. Well, I like how Wendell tried to set it up. He's like, look over there. There's 3 people. Who do you want?
Is there anyone that you're okay letting go of? And he wouldn't give them anything. Well, isn't that just
suave? I think that's suave right there.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Because I thought, tell them something, whether you mean it or not.
Right. But he's got to be all alpha about it.
Well,
won't commit. So there you are. He's not having any of it.
Good with that.
Wendell and Dom say, well, okay then. It's you. It's on.
Yes. And so here's the part.
Meanwhile, let's go drink wine.
Chris leaves Levita and goes to Ghost Island. And I actually really liked how they had that set up.
Mm-hmm.
And
the torches on the beach leading up, yeah.
Well, no, not so much. That was cool, but that wasn't it. It was his opportunities.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The idol had lost power again. I like that whole thing.
Yeah, that was a nice twist.
It had lost power, and it was only good for the next tribal council. I'm thinking, no, because we both had him going home.
Yeah.
And
so it was looking dark.
I was thinking, oh man, and then he read the twist part, and I was like, yes.
And what was the twist part?
Yes. The twist was he got to choose up to 5 other items to open and see if he could win extra tribal councils.
So he could power up the idol, potentially 5 more levels.
Yes, for 5 more tribal councils.
But what was he risking?
Unless he got no vote. Then he lost his vote at the next
That's
tribal.
the risk. Okay.
But he took that risk and at least got 2
the all-important
weeks.
The all-important extra power up.
And I was like, yes, he will be so confident this one that everybody's going to vote with him that he won't use it. So I thought there's still a chance. Right. There's still hope.
We got a shot at this.
I think this might be my first time ever getting the 2 point.
Yeah, could be.
Anyway, it was exciting for me. And I just loved it because I was so hoping. I was hoping everything that happened would happen. Even at this point, I was thinking, and if he didn't play it, and he went home, especially when he was saying, well, I'm not going to be like JT. I'm taking mine to tribal. I'm not going home with one in my pocket.
Oh, I think you really nailed his voice there. Good job.
Well, I wasn't trying to nail his voice.
She just went effeminate with it for another reason.
I don't know why I did that. Because it wasn't me. I wasn't talking in my voice.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
There was no thought put into that.
Gotcha.
So, okay.
Okay, so we're back at Levita. It's day 21. Dom's working hard at the fire, and Chris is like, chop, chop. Where's my coffee?
Yeah, what is up? I hate it when people do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it worked really well for Bradley, didn't it? Yeah.
I probably would have gone over and kicked him in the leg and said, get off your lazy behind, boy.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah, just put dirt in his cup and call it good.
No, spit in it.
No.
Here's your coffee.
What's with you?
Spit in his coffee and go.
What's wrong with you?
Well, if somebody's
You went really dark.
issuing orders.
Uh-huh.
I know I've never spit in anything in my life.
Yeah. What's going on with you?
I don't
You
know.
really wanted Chris to go.
I did. I really did. And I'm very happy.
Okay,
with
so
him.
Chris has got no vote at the next tribal council, but he's got that extension for 2, and he's mulling all that over as he's giving orders to Dom. And we see Dom talking to Libby and Jenna, which was in the next time on Survivor, and telling them that Chris is going, and he tells them about the fake idol that he shared with Chris. And then Chris is talking to who? Laurel, and says, yeah, Dom's got an idol. I know it. I saw it. So we get these cuts back and forth between the different people
when
they're
talking
to.
to this one and then that one and then the other one. And I think everybody just apparently is getting tired of hearing them talk.
Chris, who
Both
thinks
of them.
very little of himself, informs us that he's very much like Dwayne Wade, that he too started at the bottom and has worked his way to the top.
Well, I think the interesting thing about Dom talking to Libby and Jenna, he believed from what he told Donathan later on that they were with him, and they both said, nah, he's dangerous.
They'll take Chris over Dom. That was very telling, wasn't it?
And saying, oh, well, at least Chris is loyal.
I thought the more interesting thing they said was Chris is not a liar. So they've got Dominic pegged as a liar and dangerous.
Yep.
And, of course, they're both ecstatic. They're just thrilled. They're, for the first time.
They're not looking at us.
Neither one of them are the target. Yeah, we're okay, and so's Michael, it looks like.
So, but this is where I don't understand why Jenna felt like they had a lot of power right now in Old Malolo. I was thinking, you still don't have the numbers, hon. I wouldn't get too carried away with that. Yeah, no, we're all powerful now because they're not targeting us.
But
That could all be a ruse.
But she felt wanted.
Yeah.
That made her powerful. Okay, day 22, time for the community challenge, the first individual one. This one from the extra video said it was called Audio Slave in honor of the people who handle the boom mics.
Well, that didn't look very easy.
No.
But I first thought it was kind of lame for the first individual immunity challenge. But then I thought, well, it might seem lame, but it's really tough.
Definitely it was difficult.
Yes.
And it's an endurance challenge. It's more about pain than it is on being able to throw a lot of muscle at it or run fast or swim fast.
So by the time it was over, I actually
you
thought
had more respect for it?
Yeah, I had a lot more respect for it after it was over.
All right, so they got to stand on a balance beam that'll get narrower as they move down it over time, more narrow. And they've got to balance a statue on top of a pole as they balance on the beam. So very, very tricky there. So Jenna, Donathan, Desiree, boom, 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 they're gone. And Angela, who you first noted for using her head, she drops not too long after Desiree.
Yep, and then
everybody else
was in the first 5 minutes.
Everybody else makes it to the first 5-minute transition.
Yep, and then they get transitioned.
Well, let's just talk for a second about the transition. What was interesting, in some of the challenges, they get to sort of go on pause and reset. But in this one, it's active the whole time.
Yep.
And so they've got to continue to balance the statue on the pole as they move down the more narrow beam. And so I thought, wow, okay, so they don't get a break. They don't get to turn off on this one.
They don't get to take it down and let their arm rest a second while they, readjust, and then they count them back in. That was a lot harder.
Great visual tease. It looks like Dom is going to go as a wasp cross closer and closer to his hand.
Oh.
But whoops, no, it's Sebastian that actually goes out. And then the rest of the folks make it to the 20-minute transition. Big jump there.
No, to the 10-minute.
Oh, I thought it was 20.
I thought they went in 5-minute increments.
I think they did, but the next thing they showed was a 20-minute transition.
Oh, well, okay. I did not catch that. We'll have to rewatch it.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, Dom goes out next, then Michael, Chris, and I was like, yes. And then Lauren, who I thought I meant Laurel. Why do I keep calling her Lauren?
Don't know, but you and a lot of people do.
Oh, well, anyway.
Look, it's there on the roster. You can refresh your memory.
It says Laurel.
Yep, with an L.
Well, then why do I say Laura?
I don't know. Look, it's there on the roster.
Yeah,
You can
I know.
refresh your memory.
I see it.
I was just going to
but
see
I
if you
can
did it
only
again.
see it if I have my glasses on. So I can't always see
Okay,
it.
so Laurel drops, and then Wendell.
Wendell.
Wendell's out.
Yeah.
Then it's a three-way showdown between Chelsea,
Kellen, and Libby.
Libby's
I
still
was
in it.
actually cheering for Libby not to drop.
Get some serious wobbles going of those statues as the wind whips through there again. And Chelsea's out. Okay, so now it's down to Kellen versus Libby. And this is, yes, when you were cheering.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Libby, hold it. And I don't particularly like Libby, but
Against
I guess
Kellen.
I like her better than Kellen.
Yeah.
Though I respected Kellen.
Kellen
and Chelsea
ends up winning.
and Libby.
Yeah.
They
Kellen
were-
tells us she won because she tapped into beast mode. Yes,
I
she
see.
proclaimed it herself.
Okay.
And then Kellen tells us that Miss Kellen might have been nervous with this vote. The lines are in the sand. She's happy she's got her individual immunity, and it's definitely down to Chris versus Dominic.
The original Naviti tribe really don't know where they stand.
No. Nope. Okay, it's back at La Viti camp there on day 22. Good job, Kellen, everyone says. And then Chris tells us, hey, it's time for me to be bold. Time for me to strategize. I'm going to take everyone but Dom and Wendell. We're going to go get water.
Yeah, like that wasn't glaringly obvious.
All right, Laurel, she tells Chris, yes, we're open to discussions.
Sure
We're
we
interested.
are.
What are you thinking? Chris tells us he made a great plan. We'll split between Wendell and Dominic.
Because Jenna and I really like you.
And at some
Yeah.
point along the way, you and I forgot that Chris had lost his vote.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I just totally, till he held it up at Tribal, we were going, okay, so-and-so, and Chris will vote
votes
for Dom,
yeah.
and this will vote for, and it just went right over our head. What is wrong with us?
Michael's on board. It's a great plan. It's not for Michael. Yep, that works.
Well, Michael just not sure he can trust everything Chris says.
Yeah.
And he is willing to play his idol, too. I thought we could get to Tribal Council, and it'd be,
Idol Palooza.
Yep, completely and totally. I could have seen that happening. So I was actually quite surprised.
All right, so Wendell and Dom, they got to scramble. They see the big crew go off, and they say, well, we got to line up our votes. Let's go see who's willing to vote with us and who's not willing to vote for Chris so we can figure out where we stand.
And Wendell tells Dom he has an idol.
And he's willing to play it. And he seems to be
Yeah.
intimating that he'd be willing to play it for Dominic. That's how I read that situation. So
I don't think
he's
so,
open
because he
to
knows
that.
Dominic's got one, so. But
I don't know. It just seemed like that was what he was saying.
keep their numbers together.
Yeah,
I didn't.
you're right. It didn't
I didn't think so.
didn't make sense, but that just seemed how it. I don't know. That's
that
how I
just seemed
interpreted
how
it.
your brain was
Yep.
receiving it. Okay.
Wendell's got an idol. He's ready to play it. Okay. Dominic goes to talk to Donathan and Laurel and tell them about the vote for Chris. And Donathan tells Dominic, don't tell Libby. Don't share this with Libby. Interesting. You can't trust Libby is what
And
he's
he
saying.
said, "Oh, Libby and Jenna are with." He's like, "No, they're not."
So I think Donathan ends up doing Dominic a solid right there.
Yeah, he does. So, and I was kind of surprised with those two girls that they weren't not Libby as much as Jenna.
Right.
But anyway, it is what it is. And then we flash on the original Naviti girls
These ladies got a plan. This was
Whoa.
interesting. I like this.
that they wanted Libby out.
I like so Kellen says, well, we got 4. Who should we target? And Desiree is Johnny on the spot again, calling the hit. She is a shot caller. She's the one who directed them to focus on Libby. I thought that was it for our vote out point at this stage. I thought these ladies are going to use the subterfuge of this big, squaring
make
off.
their move.
Yeah, and they're going to call a hit in. Yeah. So this was
Oh.
interesting. I like that development a lot.
Well, and at this point we were going, well, Dom hasn't even mentioned the advantage. He hasn't said he was going to play it, and then that was the next words out of his mouth.
Yep, Dom and Wendell are talking, and Wendell tells Dom, I'm not afraid to play the idol, and Dom says, this is, fear keeps you sharp. Let's stay frosty. I don't think he said that, but that was just what he was basically going.
Well,
he just
that's what in Stacy's mind he made
didn't
that
remember that particular movie quote, but he went with the
I like how you did that, baby.
Yeah, the paranoid survive. Fear
You
keeps
made
you
it
sharp.
your own.
Chris, he's sketchy on this vote. Well, at least his gut's telling him there might be a problem.
All right.
But he's hoping he can stretch out one more tribal council and save that hidden immunity idol.
He thinks these people are following him. I just
Why wouldn't he? He's a natural-born leader.
I just knew he wasn't going to play that idol.
You did?
I just knew
okay.
it. I thought he'd be stupid, but I just thought, oh, he's gonna be so overly confident. He's gonna oh no, I got this in the bag. I'm not in any jeopardy. I'm gonna save it.
He's here to break some stereotypes. He's playing
I'm gonna
sharp.
Save it.
Yep.
I'm good.
He's strategical.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Night 22. We're at tribal council where Chris has never been, so he's got to get fired. Got to do that ceremony.
When he walked in, what did I say?
Said he's going to get it and then get it snuffed.
His first
and
tribal
last.
council and his last. So, anyway, tribal council makes Chris feel alive.
Fully in the game now, he tells us. More alive than ever. Donathan's excited about all these new connections he's making and renewing the old connections. Yep. Yeah. New stories to learn.
And Sebastian says, yes, Jeff, I do use my gut when I'm fishing.
Yep.
Gotta use your gut.
Could be a real jerk coming on my boat, or it could be a buddy.
Yep.
And sometimes I think they're jerks, but when we go to the fillet table, it ends up being a buddy.
Well, now Dominic tells his story about Chris, and I'm not sure what he thought that was going to gain him long term.
Got him a TV moment. Hey, look at me.
I guess so.
I'm Dominic, yes.
But I don't know if that pays off in the long run, but okay. Good for you. You got
maybe he was trying to solidify the vote and help
with everyone. Yeah,
and ensure that,
and tell everybody again why he was targeting Chris, that he's not disloyal to the original Navidi. This is why he's going after Chris. So, okay.
What'd you think when he pulled out the fake idol and put it on? Telling us that he came in his finest attire.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. Because I went, that's the fake one. I think just that Chris thinks it's fake. It is fake. And now they know it's fake for real because he didn't play it.
No.
Well, not necessarily. I guess they don't. Yeah. But nobody knew he had. I don't know if anyone knew. We didn't see him tell anyone about the advantage, did we? You think he told Wendell? I think he'd at least tell Wendell.
I hope not.
But I hope he did.
They would have shown us if he did, because that would have been another Dominic moment, and they wouldn't want to deny us.
I like the way, he did that part. So. Okay, so he puts on the fake idol, and, Chris is like, yeah.
But you targeted Angela the minute I was gone. And Wendell jumps in and said, yeah, but you targeted Dom. You were the first one to cross the line there. And
Chris tells us he's good with the showdown. Let's do it.
I like that.
Okay.
Wendell retelling what happened at camp. Yep, there was 11 thirsty people today.
Yeah, he took everybody but me and Dom.
Angela tells us a little story about how she's happy to go with the majority. Duh.
Yeah. So,
Chris, do you fancy yourself as a leader? Well, yes, Jeff, I do.
Do you think she was giving Chris kind of a heads up that I'm going to see where the majority is going, Chris, and that's where I'm going?
No, I don't think she was giving him a heads up. He thought that majority was with him.
Well, okay. All right.
So it turns out that people get along with Chris, and therefore, he's probably a leader.
And Dominic tells us that he is scared tonight.
Yep, not sure who to protect.
Because my buddy Wendell doesn't have an idol. I have an idol, but he didn't have an idol. So I'm still afraid.
So what's going on there?
I don't know why he felt a need to point that out.
It seemed like it was to draw the fire, so that, because I fully expected Wendell to play an idol after this setup, right? They're teeing it up. That's essentially what that is. I'm safe, but my buddy's not. Poor buddy. Throw your votes at my buddy, and bingo, he's got an idol. but no.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't what was
Yeah.
going on because he didn't play one. So. And then Kellen tells us how happy she is to have her immunity necklace.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
All right now.
Crazy.
Settle down, boy.
It's open travel.
And here's where we remember when Chris goes up to vote and shows
Yeah.
his no vote, and we went, oh my gosh, we forgot that.
I like I like Chris teasing him a little. I mean, Dominic teasing him a little. Go get him, buddy, when he goes up to vote.
I'm sure those are the little things that kind of stick in his craw later when he's looking back on the little things people said and did, and it makes more sense then
Yeah,
as to why they
especially
said it.
tonight.
Exactly. And Dominic got no votes. That's what shocked.
I thought you were going to talk about Dominic, how loud he was about who he was voting for.
No.
But the most
Everybody
interesting,
knew
which was
who
funny.
he was voting for. but-
Well, yeah. Well, he announced he was voting for Chris.
Yeah.
See ya. And then what was more interesting to me was Wendell. Wendell was more upset with Chris for doing bad raps, and he's just on and on about how bad of a rapper.
Goodness. Put the pen down. Stop writing it.
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
Stop singing.
You're
Stop
terrible.
talking. Yeah, terrible.
I don't think he said terrible, but oh my goodness, that really surprised me.
Yeah, that was funny.
I'm
I like
surprised
that.
they haven't showed us Chris singing a rap.
Yeah, how do you have that moment with Wendell and not? And there must be an extra video with him rapping that
Maybe.
we'll get, right?
I hope so.
Oh, he'll rap at Ponderosa for sure. He'll be able to be dropping some of those hot rhymes.
That's right.
On the jury, I'm sure.
He'll be number one at Ponderosa.
Yeah,
All right.
very interesting.
Well, thank you very much, Chris.
Okay, so Probst goes to tally those votes and comes back, and we've got the big moment of suspense. How many idols are going to get played? Will Chris play one? Will Dom play one? Will Wendell play one? Does Michael think he's safe? All these potential options. And it turns out Dom plays the legacy advantage, which I thought that was probably his best move, right? Out of his choices,
absolutely.
playing the legacy there at 13.
Absolutely. Because that one was you couldn't use but at 13 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So the others you can use whenever.
Now you could say that it truly broke the curse if votes go his way, but it seemed like a pretty smart play at that point
yeah,
to use up the legacy advantage right there.
Wait a minute, though. We didn't see Dom get a vote, did we? But Chris had
That's
to
the
have.
point.
Chris voted for him.
Chris did not have a vote.
Oh, yeah. See?
You forgot
Already
again.
forgot again. Jeez, I was like, but there's 13.
I said it the way I said
there
it for
have
a
to be
reason.
13
Yeah.
votes. Lord, we are really slipping, baby.
So Chris does not play an idol, and neither did Wendell, which had me worried for Wendell there.
Okay, but who's the only 2 people out of the loop?
Libby gets
No.
2 votes. Oh, 2 people out of the loop. Sorry.
Out of the loop.
All right.
Was-
Are you not talking about the fact
I'm
that
talking
Libby
about
got
the
2
Libby
votes?
vote, which
Yeah,
was Desi
Right.
and Angela.
Right.
Everyone else voted Chris. Everyone.
Yep.
Only Desi and Angela
So what do you think that was
were
about?
out of the loop. And Angela said, "Well, I'm voting with the majority." Well, you thought you were.
Do you think they really missed out? They really didn't have a clue?
No, I don't think they did.
It seems like it, right?
Why would they vote for Libby otherwise?
Why did the women back off? What happened?
I know. What happened to the 4 original Navidi ladies?
Really hard for those ladies to stick together for a few hours and actually pull a vote off.
Well, I'm thinking maybe Laurel and Chelsea decided to go a different direction.
Would appear to be.
They may feel Dom, Laurel, and Chelsea. Chelsea really liked Laurel. And I'm thinking they kind of wanted to go with Wendell and Dominic. I don't know about the others, why Sebastian, and I could see why Michael and Jenna would tag along. But I don't know. That surprised me. That really surprised me. I just didn't think it would go that way.
It seems very odd. It felt off.
I think I actually said some no words. But that
All right, so Chris becomes the first member of our jury. He seems to be a good sport about it. He turns to Dom immediately and says, "Good game." and then promptly
Yeah,
forgets
it
to
was
bring
good.
his torch up to be snuffed on his way out. He's
Well, you know he
a
was
little
rattled.
discombobulated,
He was
yes.
probably trying to, you know, be a good sportsman and act okay about it and all that, but it obviously frazzled him.
Thank you, Probst, he says. And then he just immediately turns, pivots, and walks out. And he's walking out as Probst says, "Time for you to go." It's like the timing was a bit off.
He'd already gone.
Yeah, he was gone. Okay, and then Probst tells us, "Hey, you know what? You better come to play every day." Little Captain Obvious moment. I'd do the same thing, frankly. If you can't come up with something off the top of your head, you're probably just going to state
Well,
the
yeah,
obvious.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Yep.
Okay, next on Survivor.
When you're left in the dark and not sure who to trust.
Tell somebody you have an idol.
Yeah, that seems like a great plan, Wendell.
Oh, man.
You dipstick.
He's going to get... I was thinking of choosing him for my new USP.
Yeah, I think you just threw a wrench in a lot of plans there.
I was like, dude, you just put a huge target on your back.
Laurel immediately tells us in her little side confessional that Wendell and Dom have too much power. So I think you just signed your death certificate, Wendell.
Jeez, and Dominic's too.
Yeah.
So-
Well, Dom's on borrowed time anyway. So that one I wasn't even really considering. But to see Wendell take a turn like that, that's definitely going to have to ruminate a bit on that one.
What was Wendell talking to Angela and Chelsea? Was he saying, let's vote Michael?
I don't know. Not sure.
Because Angela looked and said, yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
But I thought, is that what he was? They made that kind of ambiguous. It's not, I wasn't real sure.
Yeah, you can't tell from the way it's cut if
okay.
that's really what's going on.
Good, it wasn't just me. And oh my gosh.
Guess what we're getting?
Ew.
Gross food challenge. Yeah.
yuck.
Probst tells us you got to
hate
keep
those
your
worms.
eyes on the prize as they pan down to a plate with two great big eyes on it.
Those worms have those little pincher things.
The live larva. Yeah.
Oh, and the eyeballs.
Yep.
I don't think so.
Yep. That's going to be a tough one.
I think my gag reflex would
Kick in. Yeah.
Yeah, I really do.
Well, you can definitely see some there in that preview. Gag reflex, I mean.
Oh, that stuff. It looked like, you're like, but there's only 6 of them. And I thought, well, that makes perfect sense if they're doing a reward challenge.
Right. Squaring off into 2 teams, you thought?
Yep. And then
Sure.
I hope it's a nice food reward challenge.
To make
Food
up for all
reward
that.
to make up for what
Well,
they had.
They might be
but,
full by then.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Well, here's hoping that we
wouldn't
get
stay
some
there long.
insight into a pecking order, some little view into the social structure for whoever wins, or
That was.
it'll be the team win, right? You won't get to choose. So I was thinking it was an individual win,
I don't
but you
think
kept
so.
thinking it was a team win. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
won't get much insight if the team wins. It'll just be whoever's on that team.
I am just so excited.
Yeah,
I really am.
you're excited
First,
about your points.
Bradley, I'm excited about my points because, like I said, I don't believe I've ever gotten
Again,
those.
yeah.
And I don't think I've ever gotten a first off 2 points either. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I've ever gotten either one of those. And if I have, it's
Well,
been
good
so
job.
long ago, I don't remember.
Good job.
But anyway, it's not even about the points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited. That was fabulous. And the way it all went
Exciting.
down, and Chris walked out of there with an idol in his pocket.
Yeah, couldn't have been any better. Okay, so I don't think Dominic technically reversed the curse. He did play the legacy advantage, but it wasn't to, or was there
Oh,
really
no,
a
I
curse
totally
there?
think he did.
But he didn't
No,
get
I'm
any
giving him
votes.
that.
It would have counted if he had. It would have been more
doesn't matter.
significant
It
if votes
saved
had
him.
actually come his way.
He saved him. I'm good
He wasn't
with
in
it.
jeopardy. How can you claim save if there's no jeopardy?
He didn't know he wasn't in jeopardy. And if he didn't have something like that, he might have been in jeopardy. People didn't think he was going to play an idol.
More
he didn't
important,
play the idol, but
more important, like you said, Chris went home with one in his pocket to his great
JT,
shame.
honey,
Yep.
he did not break your curse.
Nope. Now it's Chris's curse.
Yep. Well, yeah, JT can let Chris ride with that now. That's his.
Anything else stand out about the episode?
Everything. I just loved everything about it.
Okay.
I loved how they set up Ghost Island.
Good pacing.
I loved all of that. It
How
was
they
just
squeezed in a
marvelous
Ghost Island
styling.
visit. Yeah.
I did. I liked it all. I liked that they went into tribal, and I had no clue who was really going home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been that way for a while. It's like I have no clue even going into tribal, and I like that. I like it a lot.
I think once again they had to hide something pretty significant
Oh,
to
definitely.
see that many get on the same page to vote Chris's way.
Yeah.
At the same time, like you said, it was
Maybe
very
the
entertaining.
Extra videos will show us something Chris did that really annoyed everyone.
Mm-hmm. Or how they
And,
arrived at the consensus.
Yeah. But at this point, they're all thinking, okay, what's best for me? And that's exactly what
As long as it's not me.
Doing. Yeah.
Famous words from a 2-time winner.
I don't know. I really liked it. I just did. And to get Bradley and then Chris
Yep.
back to back.
Yep.
Woohoo, Survivor.
Who's your prediction? Who's going to join him next?
Oh, man.
You think Dominic's going to be hot on their trail?
No, I think he's okay for now.
Mm-hmm.
They might try to go after him, but he's still got an idol. So I don't think he's going anywhere.
So did Chris.
I know, but I think Dominic's a little more tuned in to people. He and Wendell together, though.
I think it's Wendell.
His Wendell telling Laurel
Oh, you got it.
concerns
Ding, ding, ding.
me
Bonus
about
points.
it. But I still think he's.
Don't you think Wendell's in
Gonna be
jeopardy?
okay. Yeah, I
Laurel
think-
doesn't like that.
I know,
I would be worried.
but he also has an idol. So unless he doesn't get any inclination, he could go home with one in his pocket.
If there's
too.
anyone there that I think could pull off conning him into thinking that he
Yeah.
was okay, it would be Laurel.
I just kind of don't think I can choose Wendell right now.
Yeah, but what if
New
you're
USB.
going to
I'd like to have Laurel. I
Fun.
just didn't think she could get there.
Think
with.
about how much fun you'd have cheering for Wendell for
I'd have more fun cheering
one
for Laurel.
episode. Well, you going to go that way?
I don't know. I got to think about it now because I really kind of was leaning toward Wendell, but now I'm thinking, oh, that was a dumb move.
Yeah.
So I'm just not sure
Got us gunshot,
that you're
Wendell.
playing as well as I thought you might be.
Mm-hmm.
He started getting a little bit cocky there, and overconfident. It's when you start.
The overshare,
yeah.
makes us worry.
But I don't think the girls are out. Even Kellen.
Oh no,
I was
Kellen's
impressed with
sitting
Kellen's
really well right now.
challenge abilities,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't think the lines have all been drawn. I think they will continue to draw every week, and that these people are going to go, what's best for me this week, and where am I headed?
Yeah, it seems like we may be in for more of that.
And they may well
Very
have
fluid
wanted.
alliances.
They may well want to get some of the physical threats out too.
Although it made no difference
Wendell,
for this
Sebastian.
challenge. Yeah.
No, it didn't, but it might at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I would still be looking ahead to that.
Sure. That's probably why Michael's name came up.
I'm sure. And I do think he's still in jeopardy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted Michael, Wendell, or Sebastian.
I think Libby's name's going to keep coming up too.
Yeah, I do too. And they should be afraid of her. Because she's someone that I think would go wherever, was best for Libby and play a really good game. So they should be afraid of her.
Yep. Anything else you'd like to add about the episode? Or next time on Survivor?
I don't know. I'm still cheering a little bit for old Malolo to
Make
catch
it come
back
back?
up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you cheer on the inside a little? How about giving us an outside JSFL
Okay,
update?
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually can. Can you believe that there were only 3 people who lost their USB?
Yes.
I didn't realize that only 3 people. I guess I'd forgotten that too. Okay, so there's 2 people tied for first in JSFL with 34 points.
Oh, very nice.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
Sorry, Mike Cade. There were 32 people who lost a safe point this week, and 168 people gained the
Wow.
2-point first on jury bonus.
That's probably right around 50%, isn't it?
Yep.
Somewhere in the neighborhood, maybe a little less than 50%.
It was substantial for
Yes.
Chris tonight. That's why I saw that and I thought, oh, well, he probably won't go then. We're all think we got it pegged. And
Well, certainly not when you saw what went down at Ghost Island.
well, yeah. I kept thinking, oh no, and he's going to get an idol. But
I thought the biggest
oh,
risk was
I
that he won
digress.
individual immunity. That's what I thought, but I went ahead and put him down anyway because I thought, I want to be done with
it.
it.
It was just an easy vote, and he's the one I really wanted. So, Okay, side challengers with 31 points. Brandon is still in first. 30 points, Cold Mike, Jeremiah, Jonathan, and Jay Kindred. With 29 points, you have James and Shannon and Stacy. 28 points, Randy. And with 26 points, Kitty Cat and Parker.
All right. Interesting. Well, we certainly look forward to hearing your thoughts about this episode. The voicemail line's 206-350-1547. There's a toll-free version, 844-643-8737. The email, joanneandstacyshow@gmail.com. You can record your own audio and attach it, or you can write it up if you're not comfortable having your voice on the show, and Joanne or I will read it into the listener feedback show for you. You keep holding your finger up. Do you want to interrupt?
That was no, I'm not holding it up. It's laying over there on the
You may not be
armrest.
aware, but it was twitching up.
Well, I'm reminding myself that was my cue not to forget to mention that next week is the only opportunity to select a new USB for this season. If your USB 24 is still in the game, you have the option of switching to someone else if you choose for a possible 10-point bonus.
That's right. You got to give up 14 points to make that pivot.
Do not make that change and hit submit until you're certain. If you do, you
Better be
cannot
sure.
go back to that person for 24 points. You can only go back to them for 10 as well.
That's right. You will forfeit the 14 if you make the decision to move away.
If you're like Stacy and I and don't have one, you still get a possible 5-point bonus on your new selection.
Good luck choosing another one after Wendell screwed that up for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know that the website has been updated. I forgot to mention it to Steve. Bad girl.
But it will be shortly.
It will be soon. So if you go in and try to make that change and it's not working, just wait a bit and try again. Because I will email him tonight.
All right, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts about this episode and predictions for what we can expect next.
You didn't say who you might choose. Who were you thinking about?
Well, I was really leaning towards Wendell just like you were, but I'm feeling the pull of Laurel for sure. You got to consider Chelsea's still a dark horse. I still feel like a woman's going to win. I started off thinking it was Stephanie, so maybe I had it wrong and it's actually Chelsea. We'll see. But what I love about the listener feedback show when we hand it over to the other super fans is to get those different perspectives on how they think these folks are playing and who might be the number one contender from here on out.
I just want to say she was in my Final Four and a contender for my USB once before.
Yep, but you didn't pick her.
I didn't, but she's was in my final group. Final
Okay.
5, Final 6, I
Yep.
think. Not Final 4, but Final 6 or something. But anyway, I
you could
thought
pivot
she
back
could,
there.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I still think she's a dark horse, and I might go with her or Laurel, or I don't know. I might be willing to choose a Malolo
I think
now.
the front runners for consideration, certainly a lot of folks are going to lean toward Kellen. There's a lot to like from the gameplay and how much she gets featured. Michael's, for someone like Parker, I doubt he's going to stick with Michael for sure.
I would if I had him.
Libby's got game, but it just seems like such an uphill battle for her because her name keeps coming up.
Yeah.
She's not finding cover while they take out the Meathead Brigade right now. So to have your name come up when you're getting rid of big physical threats or when you're trying to finish off the Chris versus Dominic thing's got to be disconcerting.
I'm not certain if her social skills are up to the challenge.
Yeah, could be.
And, but, yeah, I'm not sure Dominic or Wendell can get there now. Sebastian, oh heavens.
No.
I don't think so. Jenna, please no. Now, Desi could be a dark horse. I never thought Angela'd make it this far, but I don't think she
It's
will,
a total
will get there.
coattail scenario right now, I think, for her.
Yeah, But
I
she
would have
could.
I would have
She
actually
could.
leaned a lot more towards Desiree because I keep seeing her call these shots, but
Yeah.
it seemed like her and Angela were just clueless off in a corner. And now they showed their hand against Libby. Libby's got a chance to mount a counter attack.
Well, and Chelsea and Kellen are close, or that she seemed to think she was, but she likes Libby too.
Right.
So maybe they'll go after the other two, and Kellen will go, okay, well, if you'd rather go with Libby than these two. And
Yeah, definitely need some more social insight. Maybe it'll be, like you said, something in the extra videos. But really, what I'm looking to tap into is the other listeners, the other super fans. That feedback's due Saturday noon Pacific time. We look forward to hearing from you. Anything else you'd like to add?
That's it. Good night, everybody.